I mean, Keith, you've got a great insight into this because you've been a player. And presumably when you were a player, it was all tunnel vision. It was just do your job. I mean, you correct me if I'm wrong. And then you become a manager and you look at the whole thing completely differently. Was that a big eye opener for when you made that transition from being a player to a manager?
Yes, but I went into it probably. I started coaching when I was 21 years old. I was at Bristol City, so I won Iron coaching. And when I was 21, just got into I've been bought then from Torquay. And I used to take the clubs under 16s on a Sunday. So play on a Saturday, take the under 16s on a Sunday, training through the week on a Tuesday and Thursday if we didn't have a game. So I always had one eye on coaching and understanding the finer aspects of the game. And I wanted to understand fully as I progressed my career, what the coaches were saying. And again, I've had some very good coaches in my time. And the best thing you can ask to a coach is asking them questions. I remember Colin Lee was exceptional. He brought me from Man City to Wolves. Loved him as a coach because his insight into the game and how he and individual aspects of my game that he's still seen it saw room for improvement. And I think I was 34, 35 when I went there. But and again, so that side of the game has always intrigued me. Then and that's probably the coaching side of it because I went down to Crystal Palace and QPR with and I loved my time as the first team coach, stroke assistant manager, and all I had to focus on was football and the opposition, but mainly ourselves. Then the progression and in the management, then it encompasses everything. And the biggest thing for me is if you're going to be a manager, is creating the environment that you want to work in, and then it's about recruitment. You create the environment, we get your recruitment right, then you've got a chance. And then it's about the understanding and know-how of how to win a game. Everybody would like to win a game the way Man City play because it is fluid and it's pretty on the eye and it's effective. But you go down League One, League Two, and you're not going to be rolling a ball around in your 18-yard box, inviting the press on because players aren't good enough. Players lose confidence quicker when you make a mistake. Unless you get given the time, if you get given a 3-4 year contract, they're different. But I think the average lifespan of a manager now is 1 week, 12 days. So you think you need to get results very quickly. So you go in, you find a way, you find out what's in your changing room, and you adapt. Different styles, different theories, mainly to get results. And again, probably the jobs that I've always had to go in, not because the team's doing very well and somebody's poached the manager, usually because results have been going in the wrong way. The club's on a slide and they want to change the fortunes of the football club and they want to go in another direction, which means then you have to go in and pick up a club that's going the wrong direction. And then it's about the principles of how not to get beat and how to win a game of football. And then the longer you're there, then you can develop a style of play.
Well, obviously, this is a City podcast, and principally we're going to talk about City, but I might as well ask you quickly then about your time at Oldham Athletic. Andrew mentioned about forums and all the rest of it. When you were at Oldham, were you aware of the conflict between supporters? Because it's not unique to Oldham, it's not unique to City, it's not unique to anybody. You will always have outspoken fans being very, very critical, no doubt, of whoever the manager is. Do you block yourself off from that? Will Pep, do you think, have any concern or any awareness of any type of criticism? So when you hear fans saying he got it wrong against Chelsea in the Champions League final last season because he didn't play a defensive midfielder, would you, if you were the manager, be really aware of that? And were you aware of it when you were in that position at Oldham Athletic or other jobs that you've had?
Slightly different contrast. As a manager, are you aware if you get beat, you're going to be open for criticism? Yeah. Slightly different to the Oldham situation because I walked in on a situation where there was, I say hatred, that's a strong word. There was, I think the right word there is not going to come across. There was major concerns about the ownership of the football club and the direction the football club was coming in by the supporters of Oldham. they'd seen, I think it was 7 or 8 changes, and they'd seen a football club declining in league status, declining in the quality that was being brought into the football club over a number of years, and the football club was going in the wrong direction. Can you sympathise with those supporters? And again, a lot of the things that they said, you could understand their frustration and their disbelief in how their football club was being run. But ultimately, you're going in there because you want to give them an opportunity for a game of football on a Saturday afternoon where you see the players giving everything you've got to get a result and get a point. Can you be? Have you got time to be a politician and speak to every single fan? No. Yeah, I think when I first went in there, the first thing I tried to do was to say, look, if you want to speak to me, I'm here. If anyone's got any questions, if anybody wants to know how I manage, what I do, what my decision-making process is, I'll speak to everybody and anybody. I don't shy away from the decisions that I make. Did I want to get embroiled and be a politician regarding not so much defending the owners or the ownership, but that is part and parcel of your job as well, to try and deflect it away from the terraces and get the focus from the terraces onto the pitch and back in the team and getting behind the results. Which is difficult when results aren't going well.
Absolutely. Well, another other question I was going to ask you before I bring the two lads back in again is one of the criticisms that's been made of Pep by outsiders, not so much by City fans, is would he be able to do it at League One and League Two level? Now, I just wonder what you think, as a manager who's been involved at that level, is Pep's success, because he even seems to suggest that in his own press conferences, without the players, I couldn't do it. Do you think his style of football and the way that he manages and the way he sets his team out, even with lesser players in Leagues 1 and 2 or some other division, do you still think he'd be what I certainly regard as the coaching genius that he is?
Again, Pep's got a great understanding of how to win games with the players that he's got. And again, I'm sure with the ability that he'd have, he would walk into a changing room, identify strengths and weaknesses within players, and come up with a plan to see that football team winning games. And again, would it be the silky football that you're seeing now? No, it wouldn't. But do I think that he breeds and he's got a winning mentality? And again, but he's also got an eye of spotting weaknesses in the opposition. And again, but you've got to understand, and he will understand what he's got in his changing room. And again, I don't know, how long's Pep been there now?
This is 6 years now this season.
So I will say that management's like when you go into a job, it's like, and then that's your start of your jigsaw puzzle. But the first thing you've got to do is you've got to shape the box and you've got to get all the edge pieces out. Once you get the edge piece out, that's your framework. Some people are different. Some people just try and put pieces together that look right. The way I do it is how I do a jigsaw puzzle is I get all the edge pieces out first of all. Then I put the edges together, 4 corners, dead simple. Then I find a thread or something like a colour map as well as right. Then I work that way. And that's what building a team is like doing a jigsaw puzzle. If you've been doing it 6 years, it's very easy then because you put in one or 2 pieces in. When you go in and you just get someone to shake hands up box and you're like, oh, wow, you can pick up some pieces that look very interesting, but ultimately you don't need them at that particular time.